Hello, everybody. Phenomenal Sir here, back with another episode of The First 15, the series where I play the first 15 minutes of new or underexposed indie games and then share my thoughts and feelings about them. Today, we have up Fate of the Ancient. Smash your way through hordes of enemies to prove yourself worthy of Valhalla in this hack-and-slash adventure game. Armed with a hammer, collect magic runestones and defeat your enemies. Steel yourself in the trials and rise to Valhalla, or channel your rage and go berserk. Bash the undead or charge your hammer and smite your foes. With a range of magic runestones, harness the power of the elements to shake up the battleground. No matter how you play, your combat style is yours to choose. The game was published 2 days ago and shows status prototype, and it was developed by a group named Thunderborn. The primary person on itch.io who's listed as creating it is Professor Chris, but the authors are Professor Chris, Arkham Rider 468, Dead Jigs with a Z on the end, and Nashley with a G at the start, Gnashley. And the game was made in Unreal Engine, so this will be a nice departure from the standard, which is usually Unity or something else. So, yeah. Without further ado, the Fate of the Ancient starts now. Behold the Isle of Fate. Move the mouse to look around. What if I want to use the sticks? Well, you can't. It's one of those it's got partial controller support. I can move the character, but not the camera. So, mouse to look around. Press WAS to move, caps lock to toggle sprinting. Well, that's unusual. Spacebar to jump. Walk the right path to seek more guidance. Walk through the cavern to begin your... guide me. Bretta, can I eat this? Oh, I clicked. Oh. Okay. Tab or click to sheathe and unsheath. Hey. Bwam, bwam, bwam. Bwam. How though? If I hit escape, is it going to exit? Okay. See, the options don't have controls. Oh, there we go. Hold right click to aim. Holding aim consumes stamina. That's cool. I like that. Oh, and it hits both ways. Beautiful. Okay. So it doesn't use stamina for light attacks or heavy attacks. It's only for throws. Oh. Nice. Oh, that's caps lock. His little puny arms. Okay. I like the music. Oh, am I supposed to? Oh, there's so many of me. Okay, now you're getting a little crazy. Where you're like, dodge can be used while blocking and during light attacks. Yeah, now you're getting into the this needs to be on a controller. You've got so many things you can do, which I'm not complaining about. I like that it's a fully fleshed out game. Oh, I can't aim. I cannot aim while I'm locked onto the enemy. Okay. Well, now you're dead. Give me my hammer. What if I do this? That was cool. Rise to Valhalla power up. Press F to activate Rise to Valhalla for 20 seconds. While active, health and stamina will continuously regenerate. Only one power up can be held at a time. Cool. Treacherous Hatian skull. A barrier forms. The dead arise. Okay, I was curious. Yeah, that's a little awkward. I could see if when this game starts having more enemies, I can see having to do stuff all down the left side of the keyboard while also using WAS to move being difficult. I would almost suggest... No, I wouldn't suggest that. I was gonna say I'd suggest using keys. Oh, he's down. I was gonna say I'd almost suggest using like the right part of the keyboard as well, so you would like move with one and then fight with the other. But I don't like that. As I was saying it, I was like, no, because then you'll be trying to attack and dodge with the same hand, so it won't really get better. Boom, baby. Uh-oh. We snipers now. Hammer snipe! Aww. I do like that little... That's cool. What do I press to power up? Whoa! I disagree. So you can't move while attacking, but you can attack while dodging. Oh, I want the axe. Give me this. Now you're dead. Again. Uphill and into the mountains. Are there secrets? Are there secrets? No, there are not secrets. Damn. What if I do this? Oh. Sorry, I'm trying to break your game. I'm sorry. Alright. Doesn't look like there's any kind of collectibles or anything. So, onward and forward. I'm gonna break these barrels. Oh, is that a hiding spot? Can I get in there? No. Of course not. That would be silly. Now I can see later on there being some movement puzzles where you have to like jump and then shift across at the right time and stuff like that. I could actually see this being a pretty cool little like exploration platforming game as well. Instead of just a straight hack and slash combo. F you. Oh, did I kill him or did I break it? He just... Did I win? Get out of here. Get out of here, bastard. Whoa. So how long does it take to get my power back, or do I just not have one anymore? Was it like a one-time use thing? They might have said that and it just wasn't clear to me. Like the water. It makes me think of the game Rime. R-I-M-E. Very stylized water. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Ah! I'll trade with you. Oh. Oh, well, ran into some issues there. So, I'm on fire. Will I ever not be on fire? Oh. Yeah, see, this is what I was worried about. Once you get into, like, a real fight, the movement becomes a little awkward with the keys. Like, especially on these slopes where it seems like you can't really, So the flame, being on fire forever kind of sucks, if I'm being honest. Can you shoot down? So you can shoot down, but I can't dodge up the hill. Yeah, this is going to aggravate me. He's not taking damage. Yeah, you can't. I guess I should be. Maybe can I block it with control? I don't know. I'm glad that the timer's almost up, if I'm being honest, because fine combat against an enemy with ranged attacks that can actually like move and take some hits is pretty freaking difficult when you're trying to control your blocks and your dodges with your pinky while you're moving with your ring finger and your middle finger. Okay. See if I can block this. I cannot. Yeah, you punk. Well, I clearly glitched him there, but that was a little... Yeah, that was a little aggravating right there. It's fine if I'm just jumping and I have time to... You have unlocked Inferno Empowerment. But trying to... Because when I'm playing, I've basically got my pinky down here and I'm doing WASD. And I'm trying to, like, jab with my pinky. And I guess some people can do that because it seems to be a popular thing in indie games, at least, where it's like you're sprinting and you're dodging with your pinky. But I am not adept at that. I am a big fan of controller support. I feel like this kind of game is better suited for controller anyway. And it being an Unreal Engine game, I know it's possible. Seekers of Ragnarok, its time has yet to come. Oh, this is where the hyenas did the musical number in Lion King while Scar was watching. Gotcha. Oh, well. So he's just magical. Can't throw. Bastard. So it doesn't seem like my heal ever came back. If I had known that was a one-time use thing, which you may have told me and I just didn't realize it, but if I had known that, I would not have used it when I did. Oh, well, if y'all are just going to let me get my stamina back, then shit. Okay. Well, that is it for Fate of the Ancient. So, thoughts and feelings. Well, I think based on what I saw, I feel like this is a school game. And the reason I say that is because I tend to be able to tell when I'm playing a game with like a class, where like a class group made it. And in this case, the thing that gave it away was that the game is not, when you download the game and you look in the folder, the actual application is just called like Dungeon Delver or something like that, which is not the actual name of the game. It's a genre, which makes me think that they were told to make like a dungeon diving hack and slash game, and they made this. Now, this isn't bad. I like the different things you can do. I like that you have menu. I like that you have title screen. I like that you've got a little bit of something going on with a narrative. I'm not really sure what it is yet. Sorry, that's not you, it's me. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I just woke up like 2 hours ago and I'm feeling it. But I like the throwing mechanic, the pulling back mechanic. I like all of the mechanics that you have in the game, but for me, it's going to be a gripe that I always have, which is that controller support. Please, controller support. Anytime you're playing a game where you need to be, where you could conceivably be pressing 3 or more buttons at the same time and they're all doing something, it needs to be on a controller and you need to map that stuff out. Because in theory, okay, I could be trying to move backwards and to the left, so backwards to the left, while attacking, jumping, and shifting away to dodge. So I could, in theory, be using all 3 of these, or all 4 of these fingers at one time on a space that's this big on my keyboard. I've got these 4 fingers all doing something like this close, like literally this is, I'm doing it right now. And this is the way my hand works. And I'm pushing all of these fingers at one time, which is very awkward. And then I'm also clicking and moving my mouse over here, which is less awkward, but it gets mentioned. Whereas with this, I could be playing this and I could be saying, okay, jump, dodge, attack, right? So I'm moving with the stick. This could be my dodge button. And this is, the trigger is like, you know, light attack, heavy attack, okay? So I'm going, okay, jump, move backwards, dodge, attack. It's just, it feels way more natural to do this, I think, than it does to try to do this. So that's my major thing, is I'm going to say if at all possible, if you plan to sell this game for money, put controller support in it, because not everybody, and honestly, I don't have the greatest joints in the world either. So over time, that would probably start to hurt. Um, let's see. They are not giving you the option to spend money yet, but I would think, based on the work that they've done so far, that that's a plan at some point. Um, Obviously, the enemies are very rudimentary. They're, from what I saw, it's mostly just different color styles of the same creature with different powers of things. Um, the boss fight was a little aggravating, and I did end up winning because, for whatever reason, he just went in the corner and hid while I beat him. Um, but overall, I think that the game has some potential, and I think overall that it's been fairly well executed so far. So I would give it 4 stars. So that's what I'm going to do, and I am going to give Professor Chris a follow. So hopefully in the future the game gets updated. Maybe I'll come back and play it again. Um, I'm going to add this to my games with potential collection, and I'm going to give it 4 stars. I think that this is a great effort so far. I think that it obviously needs more polish. I know I harped mostly on mostly just on the controller thing, but overall, just another layer of polish. Maybe making some of the things a little more clear, like, and again, I'd have to go back and watch the video. You may have told me that healing rune was only going to work once. If you did, ignore me. I was speed reading, and it's my fault. But what else? Oh, and when I was trying to dodge, I noticed when I was fighting that boss that the boss seems to be able to use his attacks, and they'll follow the ground and like come down the hill and stuff. But I can't dodge up and down hills, so it kind of puts me on an uneven footing with the boss, where the boss's maneuvers work on sloped surfaces and my maneuvers don't. So I would say maybe do something about that as well. But overall, it was fun. I don't regret the time that I spent playing it. Hopefully you guys keep working at it and it gets better and better and you're able to bring your vision to life. So link to the game will be in the description down below. As always, thank you everybody for watching. Be sure to watch all of my other first 15 videos, as well as all the other videos that are here on my YouTube. If you have a game that you'd like to watch me play, feel free to leave a comment in the comments below on any of the videos. I check them all. I would say just don't put a link in. Just tell me the name of the game, the developer, and what platform I can find it on, because I am learning that that YouTube will delete your comment before I ever see it if you just copy paste a link in for whatever reason. So until next time, everybody, go out, support some indie devs, stay healthy, and stay safe out there. Later.